This. You're fucked.
Settle down, guys. Sit down. We're going to start the show.
Every single week, I tell him not to clap into the microphone. Every single week.
I'm a rebel.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
We're back. Episode 4. Live in the house.
No one would have thought we would have got to 2, but
they haven't
4.
cancelled us yet.
No, not yet.
Network's still loving it. Network's still loving it.
MTV's still throwing that cash our way.
Every single day.
Alrighty, yeah, we're back for another fun-filled episode.
Let's go.
Back in the game.
Week in review. What happened?
Week in review.
I got nothing much to tell. Oh, I do have a little bit to tell.
Yeah? Well,
Only that I've been hearing the groundswell of mines are starting to shut down.
Like as in coal mines?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mines?
Yeah, there's too much coal.
Too much coal?
So mines being shut down and guys are starting to be laid off, and I think winter is coming, y'all.
Oh, no.
It's not far off, dog. Because you live around here and the mines feed a lot of things. Mines go kaput, then you've got trains, you've got tugs go kaput, you've got the engineers that work for those companies, so on and so forth. The House of Cards comes down.
I didn't know about that. True.
There's some stuff happening.
You watch watch news, Tim?
No, I didn't watch any of it. I hear it on the ground floor at that place of business where I do my business. It's just a groundswell. Casuals are being laid off. Next, they reckon it'll be people being
Never think that'll
retrenched.
happen. Mines.
No.
I reckon I remember it happened about 7 or 8 years ago when I was working in Mayfield. A bunch of people got laid off. No, that was years and years ago. But yeah, a bunch of people got laid off in mines, and it's spiraled back around and came back. But I don't know. This one might be worse once they pull JobKeeper and all that sort of gear.
Troubling
Anyway,
times.
they're telling everyone that it's just there's too much coal, but apparently there's a bit of a power play between China and Australia. China have started buying lower grade coal from other countries like, I think they said South America and Russia, as like a power play to say, well, you know, your coal's too expensive, we're going to get the coal over here.
Yeah, it's a war. It's a coal.
So then we say, fine, go and do it, and they're stopping cutting. So a lot of mines have like stopped cutting for the first time in ages, so that they can, not produce more because they've got so much.
Wow.
And then it'll just be, that old thing of whoever speaks first loses the negotiation. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yep.
Next.
I got a doozy little surprise in the mail, actually, 2 days
Oh, those
ago.
bills arrived.
Yes, they did.
Good for you, bro. Good
From
for you,
China,
bro.
the big
Blue
old
ones.
big
Blue
bills
ones.
finally got to. No, I wish it was information that was that good. No.
That cream? The cream for that wrap?
No, I opened up the mail to a fine in the mail.
Fine.
For what?
Yes, $349 and 5 demerit points.
Five? What are you doing? Because you know I wasn't speeding.
No, I drive like a 80-year-old woman. No,
I just
Demerit
speed up.
points, lad.
He goes over and speed up and goes,
I do drive Miss Daisy. I drive very slow and cautious and
What are
carefully.
you doing?
So, I thought, this couldn't be me. It's got to be some sort of mistake. So I jump onto Revenue New South Wales, punch in my details, plate number. I thought, it can't be me. Boom, it is very much me. I was on the old mobile phone.
Oh, they got you. Where?
While I was driving.
Talking or texting?
Nah, just checking it, probably.
And it's what?
Yes.
5 demerit points and what?
Yep, had the phone in the hand.
With the photo on too.
Man, it's front on, like literally
right.
the quality.
Well, 5.
Five.
I do that
it's a
24/7,
sting.
you'll get
It's a
done.
They
sting.
should have checked your speed when you were going. Like, this dude was basically
back some
stationary.
I was parked.
He's basically stationary. We should not give him 5 points.
No.
If he hits someone, he will get hurt, not the person.
Yeah. So yeah, 350 and 5 points. It was a bit of a stinger. Not the best way to start the day, but lesson learned. I did not touch my phone all the way over here.
I'm telling my wife.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a stinging way to start the day, but
Ouch, man.
yeah,
You
but
can't afford that shit. 5 points.
we'll make it work.
$300.
But
ain't.
it did make me think. Well, listen, you can tell I've got something in my
Are you talking
hand.
over there or over here?
I'm talking to the microphone.
This is our secondary.
Yeah, this is the secondary down there. No, I looked at the camera, and while you can tell it's very much me, what is in my hand could be misconstrued as something else. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I did the same thing, but maybe just put some raisins, like a box of raisins or something in the hand?
You have the skills to alter the footage.
Well, I could get somebody sitting in the back recording me saying, "Oh, look, he's holding a muesli bar." Boom. So I don't know, but I did
I'll
the
definitely challenge it.
the
You haven't paid it yet, have you?
No, not yet.
No.
The moral of the story is I got caught doing something wrong, and I'm probably going to try
Challenge
any
it
way,
and
shape,
say
or
the
form.
cops were calling you.
I was at 11 p.m.
Oh,
at night.
they worked then. They worked then.
That was 24/7, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a little something that popped up during my week.
God dang. Do
Mm,
you have
stinger.
anything on?
My week.
You just been
I
having
thought it was
a
Monday.
rest, huh?
I thought it was Monday. So me, I've been sleeping all day. It's my recovery week. So I got a rest week this week. I've been sleeping, been in bed Monday, Tuesday, and didn't even know it was Thursday today. But we're here.
It's
We're
been a
here.
productive week.
It's been a productive week. I'm back.
Yeah.
Alright.
God damn.
Well, sleeping didn't cost you $350, so there's a plus.
It cost you more than that.
Cost more than that, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, chilled week this week.
Yeah,
Back
good.
to work next week. Yeah.
And then something exciting happens next week, but maybe we'll save that till next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
What's that?
We'll play screen. That place.
The place we're
Watch
in.
that screen again, see what's happening. That's
But-
going to be annoying if that does that all the time.
Pause due to connection. We're back, bro.
Do I have to keep on do I have
Nah.
to turn that setting off? We
Should
just
be
have to
right.
do that shit. That's annoying. Okay, what's our first topic?
Our first topic this week, I thought it would be.
Should that be black? I feel like there should be something on
Man.
there usually.
It's yeah, she's still running. I thought this week let's discuss a topic that kind of there's a good mix of I don't know what would you call this?
I don't know.
It was called me sinking.
Stuttering? Or
No, so the topic that I thought would be good to talk about is university. Whether it's a good idea, whether it's a bad idea. I think there's a good mix here of people that have been, haven't been, kind of been. So I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk it out. So
Right.
yeah,
So what's the mix? You've
Been. Still going.
graduated.
summa cum laude. Never been. I've been.
Yeah, I finished year 10 certificate. That's the main one.
Yes.
Got you.
Yes, part. I've been quite a bit. I don't know.
Half
I
your
did,
life?
Yeah, 7 years or something.
And
Couple of
I
degrees, 2 undergrads and a master's.
lasted half a year.
Yeah. So there's a good mix.
Good
And what's the
mix.
question about university? Whether we still think it's essential for people to go or something like that.
Yeah, whether
Can you succeed without it or something?
yeah, correct.
Yes.
Correct.
That,
What do you think? Well, I mean,
Well, let's go in not been, kind of been, and then we'll finish on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I think you can. Definitely. I know heaps of people who haven't been to uni and have been successful, you know?
yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people, maybe more people that have been to uni that are not doing nothing with it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
They work
Some of
in
the most
retail.
some of the most successful people in the world never went. Like Richard Branson, he never went or flunked out. I think the Facebook fella flunked out. Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg went and then created Facebook and then dropped out, I think.
Yeah.
Bill Gates dropped out.
Bill Gates is there.
Yep, Bill Gates dropped out. And this is not, I don't think that's a good, I don't think those people are a good example of what you should and shouldn't do because
Yeah.
some of those people are pretty
Yeah.
undesirable,
Oh.
right? But you don't have...
Lucky they've got other shit going on.
It depends how you define success too, right? Because if your yardstick of success is can you make lots of money without going to university, well then obviously the answer is yes. Because dudes have made a lot of money without going to university.
Lots.
So what's a successful person? How do you measure success?
Happiness, money. There's a lot of variables.
I
that
think
go
there's a
into it.
difference between being rich and being wealthy, right?
Yeah.
I reckon rich, you got money in the bank account and you've got some stuff. I reckon wealth has a lot to do with health, and hence the words are so similar. Like you replace the H and the W, you got wealth and health. So I think wealth is more holistic and rounded. I don't think you can be wealthy
Rich is
without.
just no nay.
Yeah, rich is just cash. Like Steve Jobs was rich, lost his health. He's not wealthy.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's rich. So I think you have to attack all those things to be wealthy. You have to be physically, chemically, emotionally well in yourself, probably well off financially. You've got things under control. Relationships are under control and happy. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't need university for that, do you?
No.
No.
Right.
Definitely not.
What do you think?
As somebody that went for 1 year, I thought that it was going to be a lot. Like I thought I needed it at the time. I thought, oh God, you know what? If I'm not going to university, then I'm not going to be successful. Everybody else is doing it, and then you get there, and I think this, from my experience, I think if going straight from university to school is sometimes a terrible idea. I think you should get some life skills behind you. Be able to be self-sufficient, living, renting, like just living life in general before you jump in and hit uni. I think it puts a lot of unnecessary stress on it when you don't really know how to live a balanced life.
Do you reckon have a gap year or no gap year?
Oh man, a couple of, definitely a gap year.
So you can sort of reassess the
Just go out, have fun, and then maybe get what you want before. Like, and you've been at school for.
I think you need to find out what you want to do. I didn't do that. I was like, my thing was, and I think the general thinking back then was too, go to school, get the best grade you can, get into a good course at university, and then you'll be successful. But if you don't like what you're doing, well, then you're never really successful. You can move up the chain of whatever it is that you're doing, but success has got to be to do with happiness as well, I guess. So I've got a couple of undergrad degrees and a master's degree, and if I was giving advice to anyone, I would say it doesn't matter if you go or not. It depends on what you want to do, because some, like for what I do, or for what other people do, you may have to have it just to be registered to do the thing you want to do.
And then you got
to jump through the hoops. I don't think having a bunch of degrees makes you intelligent at all, because basically you're just remembering what someone has said, regurgitating it on a paper, and it's not teaching you how to think, it's just teaching you how to remember. Some of the most successful people that were at uni with me are not anywhere near the most successful on the ground, because it's a very different skill set. You know, skill sets for success are like, can you get along with people? Can you communicate the message? Can you solve problems? Which is like IQ stuff, and then emotional intelligence.
AQ, is it AQ?
What's
AQ? It's like IQ, but it's the ability to adapt to a situation.
It's all that sort of stuff. Solve problems. So, and I think I've read recently that a lot of big firms like PricewaterhouseCoopers, big accounting firms, stuff like that, are now steering away from caring if you have a degree or not, because you learn on the job so much more. There's almost every degree you can look at. You ask the people, was the job different to when you were at university? They say, yes, 100%. Barely used a thing of what I used at university when I was actually in the job. You learn on the job.
That's like most jobs,
almost
trades,
everything, right? I mean, the education system, it needs a bit of an overhaul, I think, because it's pretty antiquated. It hasn't changed in bloody whatever many years. Do you know, back in the day, do you know why, you know, doctors and surgeons and stuff make the most money? Or like of employed people? It's because back in the day, back in the early 1900s or even mid 1800s, the Rockefellers wanted to overhaul education, and they wanted only the rich to be able to do certain professions. So back then, like a carpenter or something would make the same money as a doctor, a medical doctor. So then the Rockefellers, all these rich people, overhauled the system, made all of the Ivy League universities only have the doctors, so only the rich could go. So then they kept the wealth in the rich families, and then that's how doctors made more money, right? It was all just like a business thing. It had nothing to do with being more skilled at anything. You know, if someone can build a house, there's as much skill in that as there is taking someone's appendix out. You know?
100%.
Like crazy. So I think we're pretty much all in agreement. I mean, this is weird that because generally society probably thinks a little bit differently, but I think it's starting to change, right? You have to have different skills to be successful than you do to get good grades. Easy. Case closed.
Shut that one down. Boom.
You're welcome, Internet.
Solving problems one step at a time.
If I was going to give our eldest daughter went to a Montessori daycare or whatever it is. Montessori's philosophy.
Can see dead people.
She's a dinosaur. Montessori's philosophy is they teach them life skills so they can be useful people in society. So they're not like, you know, you get out and you can't boil water or boil an egg or something like that, but you learn how to do stuff to get you through life.
Do they teach at Montessori how to do your taxes? Because I think that would be a valuable skill for a child to learn how to do.
Or like anyone. Taxes. How do I keep myself healthy? How do I make money?
How do I open a bank account?
Number 3. How about we ditch algebra,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sex education. We can get that on the internet. We
Yeah.
can do that.
Get rid of religion while you're there.
Oh,
While
we
you're there.
just become cutting edge now. That was rugged.
Oh, the
Sorry,
School of
homies
Dis.
out there.
Taking enrollments for the School of Dis.
But there's a difference between spirituality and religion, but that we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah. Yep, cool. All right.
Alright, good. Case closed.
Case closed
What's
on
the
that
next
one.
one? I'll bring one up.
Boom, just off the top of your head, go.
I want to do pet peeves.
Ooh.
Does anyone ask anything there? If you guys are on there and watching us, can you give us some topics to talk about, please?
We might have to pick the phone up and actually read the comments that are
I
coming
can see
through.
like laughy faces. Oh, it's Noah.
He was just here.
Straight down in his car. So my topic is pet peeves. What are a couple of things?
Actually, can you do an intro for pet peeves?
How do I do that?
I don't know, just be
Bum,
no,
bum, bum, bum,
just don't,
bum,
you can't-
bum, bum,
just go da 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 pet peeves.
Hey, that's actually a good number.
No, that's copyright. You can't do that one.
Pet peeves.
Yes. Welcome to the segment called Pet Peeves with Tim.
Right, what are some things that
Oh.
really grind your gears?
Can I go first?
Go
Can I go
for it.
first?
Too many over
So
Just think of one or two. Keep it PG.
I will start off with a slow, with the one that happened back in normal times before COVID. Walking around shopping centres, slow walkers or people with prams really grinds my gears.
Just generally people with kids.
Yeah. Oh, I can't get around them because it's like, I understand they're running their own race, but fuck me, Dad, there's other people behind running their races as well. Like literally,
Slow people with prams.
I'm probably running late to buy something from a shop.
Do you
and-
know why those people are slow with prams? Because they're fucking tired. Because that kid has been an arsehole all night. They've had 1 hour sleep. They get up, must have coffee. Pour coffee in to survive. Get in the car. And you know what the kid did? Not put its shoes on for 3 hours. That's what it did, right?
Well,
Get
hey,
your shoes on!
Hey, well, listen, if you want to have kids, that's all fine and well, but just online shop.
Don't invade your space. People are trying to be single out here, guys.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I want to leave the house and pick up my keys and get on my merry way.
But yeah, so that's just a minor irk of mine.
Touch that screen again so it doesn't go black. I mean, not like...
Yeah, not like-
black,
yeah.
just I don't want it to dim. All right, that's one. We'll go
See how
one,
she
one,
can't even
one,
say
one,
that
one.
these days?
What?
About people
It's
feeling
worried,
festive. It's
isn't
like,
it? I'm
what's the colour of
surrounded.
that? Black. Oh, can't say that. It's like
Okay.
it's dark.
Yes.
It's a dark colour.
Oh, it's
Dark grey.
yeah.
Dark grey.
Oh, it's very nice though. It's very nice.
We'll get on to Black Lives Matter later on.
Yeah.
So we'll go 1, 1, 1. We'll go through like this.
Okay.
Right. So this is one thing. I'm going to link onto that.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to link
Piggyback.
onto that. I'm going to piggyback on that. And I'm going to offend some people that are in the same situation as me. Right.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I don't like. One thing that really gets me is just people that are late. I don't understand.
Oh, I'm that person.
I know you are. But there's so many of them, right? And here's my thing, right? I don't understand. If you know where you're going and what time you have to be there, there's no excuse to be late.
You're always on
Right?
time, bro.
Always on time. That's the thing. Right?
You're always on time, bro.
Because of this. Ready? Here's the excuses, right? There was traffic. Well, you knew there was going to be fucking cars on the road,
Yeah.
right? And you knew that it's a possibility there's going to be traffic. So you know what you do? You factor it into your trip.
Yeah.
You get up early enough to get in the car, and then you might show up early.
Poor
Oh
time
my
management,
God, what
that's
would
me.
happen if I show up early? Oh, what would they think of me? I'll be too eager, right? I won't be there fashionably late, right? Then the other thing is, and this is, I'm going to get in trouble about this one, people have got kids that are late, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, you knew you had the kids
Yeah.
the day before. When you made the plans, you knew you had the kids, you knew where you were going, you knew what time you had to be. You knew they're not going to put their shoes on the first time. You knew when you put them on,
Don't buy them shoes.
you knew when they put the shoes on, they're going to take your shoes off again, right? You factor this into your day so you can still get to the place you need to be. Because I'm sitting there by myself, waiting for everyone to show up.
Yeah.
All
You're
the time.
always.
That's it.
He's always like,
Anyway,
he brings it up to class.
All right, good.
Where is she? I booked dinner. I booked breakfast at 9 o'clock. It's 5:09.
That was because your stupid class, that one day, his stupid class runs for an hour and not 45 minutes. So I booked a class for all these people. I booked a breakfast for all these people. I'm sitting out the front with everyone in the car going, What the fuck's going on? So, we're late. Then they get in the car and I haven't had a coffee yet, so I'm blowing everyone up. Right, sorry. Go. I'm glad I got that off my chest because
You've been waiting for that, eh?
my
Been waiting
veins
to tell
are
the world for years,
Confessional.
bruh.
Confessional.
One of mine, people who don't brush their teeth or put deodorant on. Like,
This seems like a jive at a particular group.
This is pretty.
like when I'm working, you know, sometimes early in the morning, 5 a.m.
Yeah,
it's, like,
they do.
it's
Yeah.
early, but it's
But
not too early to
you
put
can still
fun-
go like that.
Like even just twice, 1, 2.
Yeah, right.
That'd be better than coming in with
Is it?
stinking. Like surely 1, 2. Boom,
That's
boom.
it. And
Just a
people,
quick 1, 2 and a quick spray.
people
bang, bang.
aren't self-aware enough, are they?
Nah.
It's like you can't smell that.
Nah.
You
It's
know?
like I had one client coming in 2 weeks ago, literally.
Be
to
careful what you
this way.
say.
No, it's nothing bad. Everyone else has seen it too. It was like, what the fuck? This one client, first time in the class, come in, BO was everywhere. I was thinking, no way. I went and opened that roller door too, just in case. Opened the roller door and I said, man, next time you come, you need to put deodorant on.
Oh, you
Because
said it to
everyone,
him?
Yeah, I said it to
That's
him.
good. You're a good
I told
person.
him, I was like, everyone.
So-
Because otherwise I don't know there's an
I
issue.
told him me.
I don't do that. Feels so
Clients
uncomfortable.
look at me going, well. And then, listen to this. Well, that was happening. 10 minutes later, he took his shoes off and took his socks off and left it on the ground and put his shoes back on.
So
And I was like,
Wait,
I was like,
took the socks off.
took his socks off and threw it there on the ground like it was his house.
please.
I blew up and said, get those fucking socks. And then,
He's got a feet issue though too.
and then he just threw the socks down the stairs.
Oh man.
And I was like, brother,
This
what are you
is-
doing?
this
You're
is
just going
not-
to leave it there?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, get out, take that to your car and don't ever come back like that again.
This is not your bedroom.
And then the next day he came in smelling fresh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well,
good.
see, look.
Smelling fresh.
You changed me.
It's like,
He probably...
Right, next one.
Next point, yeah.
so second,
You're up.
second.
Your second
Second
one.
point.
Oh, you didn't think of another one?
No, I
you
didn't
said
think of another one. Yeah, well,
Do you have any? Because I've got
have
plenty.
well,
I've got a list.
skip to you, and then I'll come back and do
Right,
another.
number 2. Now this should probably be number 1 but I left it for number 2. This is my number 1 fucking. This is something that grates my gears hard. Right? It's when you're having a conversation with people and they say correct.
Correct.
I'm not into this. I'm not.
Correct.
When I'm talking to you, I'm not taking a test.
Correct.
Right? If I say something and you say correct,
Correct. What are you, a computer?
You know what you're trying. You know what you're trying to do. You're trying to put yourself above me in the conversation. It's like somehow you've managed to reach above my position in the conversation just by saying correct. Like
Correct.
you're validating everything that I say. It's my opinion. I'm just talking. I'm giving you like conversation. Don't mark my conversation. That's it.
With a red
Enough.
pen every single
Enough.
time.
I'm sick of it.
Well, on the plus side, I guess they understand what you're saying, though.
Do they though? I feel like they just say to correct, stick it to me. I feel like stick it to the maniosis.
I feel like, is this something that your children have done to you recently?
No, I just hear it. I hear it all. Loz knows. I hear it
Correct.
all the time.
Oh, you'll be able to hear it more, bro.
I'll tell you what, you'll be hearing. Straight kick to the genitals. You'll be in it. And then what's with that little pause when you get kicked in the nuts? You know when you
It's
get,
like,
it's like
wow.
there's nothing. Am I okay?
It's just you
And then it
telling
hits
yourself you just got kicked in the
But then
nuts.
it's like get you in the guts.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
It
whoa.
goes up there, bro.
God damn, doesn't it?
That shit goes up there.
Anyway. All right, that's number 2 for me. You got
My
any
number
more?
2 is when I go into a shopping centre, in the food aisle, in the food, whatever it's called, and then you see a overweight person feeding their kids Maccas.
Yeah, that's fair
Like,
enough.
I hate that. Like,
Yeah, that's
yes,
child
it's
abuse.
like it's child abuse, man.
It's child abuse.
It's like when I grew up, my mum fed me shit, but they never knew what was good. They never knew what was healthy. You
There's
know
so
what I
much
mean?
information
They know.
around now.
It's like
people
now
can
they
find
know.
out.
It's like you can't be dumb. You can't just say I didn't know that's not
Yeah.
healthy. It's like look on Google real quick.
It's almost the opposite. It's almost like
like-
if you don't give your kids treaties, then you're a bad person,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't give our kids much
Yeah.
garbage.
And also treats, I guess, associated with like just shutting them up sometimes. Like there's
Yeah.
there's no positive like reward, like oh you did really well at this or something like that reward. It's like oh man, my kid's just having a meltdown in the shops. I need to shut him or her up. So
Yeah.
treat.
People are
Like
exasperated.
my daughter, Chelsea's my daughter's mum. She takes to school to when she picks her up, cauliflower and like cut strawberries and stuff like that. That's her treat. And like she's the
Cauliflower?
healthiest baby. Like it's just what do you like? Carrots. I love broccoli.
that's it.
Like
That's
just-
good.
That's healthy. Like you know,
Bloody
that's
hell.
what they should be doing
That's
for
what
their
it should
kids.
be. They shouldn't even know. But this, you know what's the bad thing about school? They find out about McDonald's.
Yeah,
Because my kids come back and they're like, Daddy, we know what that is. They're like, we're driving past it. Daddy, we know what that is. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, that's McDonald's. How do you know that? That's where all the toys are. Because I only know about the toys from the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
And then there was one
Macca's,
time.
they're good, I tell you. They got them.
Oh, mate, they know what they're doing. They're not silly. Right, you got another one
That's
or
my
no?
number 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, one is definitely for me traffic. I hate
Oh,
traffic.
man.
You know what
How do
traffic
you hate
is?
traffic when you drive so slow? I'm crazy. I'm, "Ah!"
You know what traffic is? It's all the people who are late, lined up behind each other.
Literally.
I just I just can't deal with traffic. Like just sitting stationary.
You're a blower. You're a road rage person.
No. I just a little
You
bit.
are for
That's
sure.
me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get
And
the
then I
beat.
try and go all the sneaky ways to not go the normal
Universe
paths.
Sees that.
Nah.
Nah.
So I guess again.
Universe says, stop it, Bo.
Yeah.
Stop being silly, round there, and now your car's dead.
I've also got this theory too of, you know, sometimes you get a really good run of traffic where you're hitting all the green lights.
As soon as that one's
But then
gone.
you fall behind and then you start seeing an orange and you go, oh shit, I'm going to fall out of the
Yeah,
grip.
bro, I'll go
And
it.
then boom. Yeah.
Go it.
That's when you lose those 5 more points.
Because as soon as you stop on that one, every one, you're
Yeah.
just gone.
Yeah, you just
gone.
seem like you're out of the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's over. You're 15 minutes late. Tim's yelling at you.
We should because I look like a loser while I'm sitting there by myself. And then they come over and they give me that pity look. Is there anyone else coming? Yeah, there is. All right. I think they're going to make it. They might make it in time.
How's this?
Just bring me my long black.
How's this? So Tim's waiting, getting quite irate. They come in and Tim goes, oh, you're late. And they go, correct.
You know, I haven't.
Two in
I haven't-
one.
Like this.
2 in 1, eh?
It's like-
Late and.
Just hot 95 unleaded.
I'd love to see that, eh? Just some
Long
random
black.
thing.
I was like, I
Late
just
to the
walk out.
practice.
I just walk out. I just look at you like this and go,
That side.
Oh.
this isn't going to work. This is going to work. I don't know what we're meeting for, but it's not going to work.
Oh.
Right. What are we going to? Tell us about the podcast you've been invited to speak on.
Oh, well.
Obviously, it's not as prestigious as it is, but like, what is it?
Just a group of islanders in Sydney who just started. Also Table Talk. Shout out to you guys.
Uso. And what is Uso?
Uso is like brother in Samoan.
Samoan.
And then Doko is brother in Tongan. Doko.
As D or T?
T.
T.
But
Okay.
T's are
But you
pronounced
pronounce
as
D's.
D's in Tongan.
And K is a G.
K is like a G, yeah.
Like a G, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Colo,
Yeah.
my name, but Colo.
That makes sense now.
so everyone's like, where the fuck did you get that
Yeah.
from?
Well, I in our little promo intro video, I'd spelt it wrong.
You
Is
spelled
that-
it with a G.
Lucky
Is
I
that right?
got to Tim because he said Golo. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, no, it's with a K. And I said,
He doesn't know because he's not
well,
from
no. And
where
then
we're from.
he goes, no, it's with a K. And I said to myself, you went how many years at uni?
Correct.
Correct.
But yeah, the last topic that we're going to bring up, just about Polynesians, you know, like us growing up as youngins, still now, just different lifestyles.
What are the key differences? Like when if you're a kid growing up, Polynesian, and
Like-
so what's included in Polynesian? Fijian,
Fiji,
Samoan, Tongan.
Tongan, like Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Any of the good footballing.
Is that
And
racist?
no, New
Because-
Zealand,
Is it racist
Maoris
if you say
are
someone's
not-
good at something?
I don't believe in racism.
No, I'm saying it's like all the good ones.
It's,
'cause,
yeah, but,
like,
I feel like you can't even say that these days. You acknowledge there's any difference between anyone at all.
That's
good,
the
bad,
Pacific
and-
they're
nations,
just
you know.
better.
And
Well, if I was in high school and I was playing football, I'd much rather play against the other white kids than the Polynesians because they were good.
See, I'm so confused. I don't know if that's right.
and one fact for you out there: Maori is not Pacific Islands.
Really?
Maori, no.
Not in a club.
That's like Aboriginals and natives. That's their thing. New Zealanders, they're like that's their own little whatever.
Yeah, right. They're not
We're like
included
Pacific
in the
Islanders,
cluster of islands.
Yeah, where it's
Okay.
just like the little ones like Tonga,
Yeah.
Samoa, Papua New Guinea, you know, all those Fiji, Cook Islands,
Yep.
Niue, all those. They're the Pacific Islands. 'Cause a lot of people go, "Aren't you New Zealand, Maori, whatever?" No, I'm not. I'm Tongan.
No, it's like
I was born in New Zealand,
it's
but I'm
like
not. No.
when you ask a Canadian if they're from the US, they're like, no, we're not. I'm from Canada, eh? So what's the difference?
So just like as growing up, like there's heaps of things, you know, like I couldn't even watch TV with my own sisters. You know, you can't even do that.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's just the Tongan way. That's our tradition.
But why? What's the rule? You're
just
not allowed
because
to
it's
watch,
rude, like disrespectful
to watch
to
TV,
watch TV
with
with my own sisters and stuff like that.
who can you watch TV with?
My brother.
Oh, so boys got to hang out with
Yeah,
boys,
boys
girls,
and-
girls.
Oh,
No,
so
girls.
so it's like an adult, like the adults
That's just the
dictate
old school way, you know.
tradition.
But slowly
Okay.
going out.
Because
Slowly going
that's
out,
like you know
know?
that Nurmagomedov,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
culture,
yeah.
the Russian guys. That's what that is. Like it's all the boys hang out with the boys,
Yeah,
the
it's
girls
He's not
hang out with the
Russian though,
boys.
isn't
Yeah, he's from Dagestan.
he? Is that in Russia?
Well, it's up there. I'm not like a world travel guy, but
Yeah,
it's
I-
around those parts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just that type of thing. Like even when I was growing up, you'd never see like islanders, businessmen and stuff like that. It's always just white guys in suits running businesses, and we're always the ones working under them people. You know, but now I feel like it's starting to change. Like myself, I'm
Yeah.
a businessman now. Like I never ever thought that would ever happen in my whole life. You know, like literally, I just thought it was just go to work, come back, whatever. You know, but now I feel like it's starting to change, like in the Polynesian community and stuff. But it's just the way we were brought up.
It's
Like,
people's mentality and stuff
yeah, it's
too. right?
mentalities. Like it's all, but the Polynesian mentality is negative. It's so negative. It's a lot of jealousy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I was like that too a few years
Yeah.
back. You know, like I just,
And is it heavy between Polynesian
like
community,
back-
like Samoan, Tongan?
Nah, well now these days I don't. I think that's slowly phasing out. Like maybe in Tonga, maybe yeah, but not here in
Not
Australia.
here.
I don't think.
Everyone's
like,
just happy to be over here
yeah,
and
like everyone's just
partying
happy
on.
to be over here. You know.
Because I remember I worked in Sydney at Prince Wales Hospital for a while, and I had a lot of Asian mates.
Yeah.
And it was amazing to me how sort of negative the different Asian communities were towards
Each other,
Yeah,
like
literally.
Yeah,
Koreans,
Koreans,
and Chinese.
Vietnamese, Chinese,
Yeah,
Japanese.
literally.
Like,
my
it's
mom's
like-
pretty old school still. She doesn't like Samoans. But that's how she does what she wants. You know? Each to their own. Like I love Samoans. Heaps of my best, a lot of my good mates are Samoans.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, that's it's all slowly phasing out. I reckon.
Yeah. It's one thing that, with the white communities, with Caucasian communities, there's not a lot of, negative sentiment between white cultures. Like, we don't think of Swedish people as like,
yeah.
Although, Canadians, I'm like that with Canadians. I'm not into Canadians.
Yeah, Canadians.
I think because a couple I met, I was like, oh, dude, I'm not into you. So I just tarred you all with with the same brush. No, I'm not really. That was a joke.
Like the island, yeah.
But you don't see that.
Nah,
You don't,
you don't see that, you know?
People don't go, oh, Icelandic people, can you believe it? They've done it again.
Oh, I'm sick of their beautiful
Yeah.
faces.
It's like with islanders, like they'll see someone do good and they just bring them down. Like it's
The
so
crab in
bad.
the
Like
The
bucket.
that.
crab in the bucket.
Yeah,
It's back.
it's so bad like that, you know. Like I used to be like that too, so I know how it is. Until I started to hang
You're
around
breaking- well, yeah.
different people, like
You're breaking
you
that
guys,
mindset.
like business stuff.
And that's like everything too, though, right? It's
Yeah.
like they say you are the average of your 3 or 5 closest
Yeah.
friends. So whoever you want to be around, that's going to dictate how far you go.
Yeah.
And it's going to dictate your thoughts and your morals as well.
Yeah.
They might change. Like you might think one way, and now other people come in and they're like, "Dude, that's not cool," or
Yeah.
"This is really cool." Like,
Which I reckon is a hard thing about the justice system
Yeah.
and jails, because you're keeping people around
Yeah, the same people.
who
It's like-
are doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's like you want them to rehabilitate, but they're literally in a group of people who have done the wrong thing also.
Yeah.
And they might have done worse things, which means those people go down.
yeah,
they're just
know?
learning
100%.
traits and behaviours.
Yeah, you should
but-
like tag an offender up with like a group of bloody successful
businessmen.
Yeah, because I feel like when I first got out of jail, whatever, like I'd hang around.
I mean, not business, because some businessmen are criminals, they just haven't
yeah.
caught
Yeah,
you.
I hang around my mates, it's just all negative air. But I'll say if I come to see Tim, it's the total different lifestyle. It's like
Yeah.
I'm a different person now because I'm talking about different things. We're like
Yeah, you
back
talk-
at home, you're just talking about fighting and gangs
discuss
and
different stuff, don't you?
old shits. Like
It's-
when my mates hang around Tim, they're like, "What the fuck's he talking about? Who is this guy?" You know what I mean? Like now
Yeah.
I get his drift, but so I'm right with that. That's why it's weird. Like, but I feel like the Islanders are starting to support each other because we don't really
Evolve.
support each other. Yeah, like we're starting to evolve. I think like I can just see it on social media now and stuff. Usually it's just like negative. That's why no one really makes it as Islanders.
So what?
You know?
Yeah. So what? How do you feel
Most of
about?
that's from family, but
How do you
most of
feel
that's
about
from
the
family.
stuff
And
that's
that-
going on at the moment with like all the, the Black Lives Matter and all that sort of stuff? How do you feel about that stuff?
Like I don't know. To me, I don't see big into it. It's like I'm proud to be black. If you call me black, I'm right. Like I feel like just to cover up for something bigger, the world's.
Yeah.
I feel that's a cover up for something else in the background that where everyone else is missing.
I feel
That and
like
COVID.
I feel like
that is
there's too much
covering.
attention to it for some reason.
Yeah.
Because we don't see any sort of that type of racism here. And
Nah.
I'm sure there is some around, but there's dickheads everywhere.
Yeah.
Doing
But telling
dickhead
America,
stuff.
but they're doing it to cover up their own.
Yeah.
There is little pockets of weird. Like I heard a story from a girl that I work with the other day that said there's a guy discriminated against, a black guy in like Belmont or something like that at Domino's, wouldn't serve him a pizza. Like
What?
yeah, it was.
Never ever seen that in my life.
Yeah, it was like
I can't imagine it, and I can't
Unless
imagine...
something
that
he
the
might have swore at
organisation
them or
supporting
something,
that
like,
type of thing.
Yeah, even if they did it, they'd be all over the news and the paper, and they'd just
Unless
they'd be
old mate
crucified.
was swearing and he
Yeah.
was
But
happy to be
like,
black.
there's
and then-
many avenues that like it was a second-hand account of a story. So, but
You
I
never
just
really
think
hear
that
that here in Australia.
yeah.
In America, you always hear that.
I just think it's like some of these like thoughts and feelings that America has. You just think that's so far removed from where we are because
Yeah.
we just don't think like
We
that.
don't feel like that.
Like-
It's like, nah. But they just created it for themselves
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
I do think you're right. I think there's a lot of drama being
Covering,
created to cover up
It's like-
more sinister stuff.
you don't see the sex slaves. Where's that on the social media?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, that should be all over
Oh, the-
social media.
the-
It's
But-
weird that there's not more talk about the pedophilia and shit
Yeah,
like that.
it's like...
There's
the
traces.
children- children trafficking,
That's a
like-
pandemic, that. They're not saying nothing about it.
Yeah, it's weird that we're
There's too much
focused
money
on the
gonna be
thing
lost.
that is affecting the older people and not the thing that's affecting the younger, innocent people.
Yeah. It's all those people involved in it. That's what's...
The money.
The money. Money talks, you know, it is so...
They got deep quick.
Mm.
We went down in the dark.
Down in the trenches. In the trench?
But that's hey, nothing wrong with discussing topics. People don't do it enough.
But this is sort of you know what the thing that got me about the Black Lives Matter thing is that the loudest voices of that sort of movement seem to be like middle class white women,
Yeah, it's like...
and I just feel like there was something wrong with that image. You know, you saw the image of there was a white lady like screaming into this black cop's face.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
You know,
like-
do you not see the irony in what you're doing? That
Yeah.
the black cop is there doing his job, and you're theoretically fighting for his rights, but you're making a nuisance of yourself
Yeah.
to him in doing it. It's like
it's just...
they get lost in the cause.
Well, no, they just get lost in the hate. I hate something, but I don't understand really why I hate it.
Like,
But
people just
everybody
do it
else
because
is
everyone
hating
else
it.
is doing it, so like I want to
it's-
follow it too because I'm black. Oh my god, you're not even black, you're brown. Shit. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that topic just kills me. I just don't even look into it.
Do we need to discuss anything else? Have we solved the world's issues
I'm pretty
for
sure.
one day?
Well,
I think no more
one
racism
issue
up today.
Yeah,
Racism.
we've had a vote of everyone on the panel here, and it's unanimous. No more racism.
One,
No more.
there's good people in every race. Two, there's dickheads in every race. Case
Yeah.
closed.
Case
That's
closed.
it. And if you're late, you don't deserve to live at all. We should end there.
Yeah.
Right, peace out.
Catch you, fam. See you next week. Let's go.